All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are waiting for the press release from the White House to see what's up. We're also waiting for some squirrels to come get these peanuts. We're waiting for this guy to stop trespassing on me. We're waiting for a lot of stuff. And I do believe, let me check it. They're not ready yet. It's actually a press briefing from the White House, but we're still waiting. Still waiting. I want to see what's going on. It's obvious something definitely is going on because I'm not feeling good, under attack, and my camera's going crazy. So I imagine someone's doing something they shouldn't be doing. Hold on a minute, folks. I got a message. I only had one bluebird this morning. All right, I'm checking. They're not. They're not ready for it. Hold on a minute. Yeah, they're not ready. While you lay sleeping, someone get you. Is that a frog out there? Or is that a leaf? Huh, that's a frog or not. All right. Now, we are also looking into some other accusations about the town around here, people injecting people and doing experiments on them and stuff in town, the mayor, the. We're looking at all kinds of stuff. We don't know if that's true or not. Probably, I don't know. I wouldn't know. Excuse me. It wouldn't shock me. A lot of people are saying a lot of stuff, so probably some cult or something. I wouldn't doubt it. Trying to kill people for inheritance and wills and property and real estate and stuff like that. Just a bunch of nut jobs connected with. I don't know if if it's true or not. I don't know. We're just going by what we're getting off of information off of YouTube and everything. Towns, Angola or something like that. I don't know. Something to do with the murders and drugs out there or something. All right. I don't know. We're trying to find who is the mayor of this town. I don't think we have a mayor. It's some kind of a council or something. I typed in mayor of Indiana and of this town, and it's some kind of a council. Now, like I said, we have no idea. Something to do with a church and experiments and Elon Musk, which was crazy when I heard it. When I heard that, I was like, what? I guess they've been paying him. So they're saying Elon's been doing stuff, but I don't know. No, what do I think? I think they're trying to do the same thing they did to Trump, blame Elon for it. Like they blame Trump for all these people dying or stuff around her or getting attacked by demons or whatever. Trafficking or whatever, human trafficking or something. We really don't know. We're just victims of a mad scientist or whatever, or a cult or something. Who knows? Nobody knows. But it's crazy because my camera now is going crazy. Kind of a demonic entity or maybe some kind of electronic device they're using to cause trouble or whatever. Maybe chemicals. The Orca was hairspraying it in. Maybe anything's possible. Well, Debbie, we're waiting to see what's going on in the White House press release. And I know this morning I was watching Trump's deciding whether we should even go to war with them in Iran. So he's deciding. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. I wish it. I hope it don't happen. I hope they come to terms. And hopefully they cut a deal for oil. Maybe our oil prices will go down even more. Well, I was watching someone earlier, and they said, well, even if they had nukes, it's not nukes that can make it over here. They might be able to hit Israel and other countries around there, but they don't have ballistic capabilities, meaning they have no way to hit us. Which that's true. They can give them regular nukes and not give them ballistic nukes that go out of the atmosphere and then come back down. That's how you hit other countries that are on the other side of the world. And I agree. Everyone else has got nukes around there. They're not ballistic, but they're nuclear devices. They'll never make it over here, but they are nuclear. They cannot have nukes their hands. Well, they nuke their hands. I don't know. There might be something there where they give them just regular nuclear weapons that they can protect themselves around there. But they'll never be able. Uh oh, I'm hearing something, Debbie. Hold on, Debbie.
The efforts by President Trump to stop the illegal immigrant invasion and secure the border in this short amount of time represent one of the greatest achievements by a presidential administration in the history of our great country.
You do realize
With
they
illegal
want to
entries
kill
being overwhelmingly
Americans.
halted, the Trump administration is dramatically ramping up efforts to arrest
Can you hear
and
this,
deport
Deborah?
all of the millions of criminal illegal aliens
can
that
you
Joe
hear
Biden
this?
let into our country over the past 4 years. President Trump has directed all of our ICE officers to do everything in their power to carry out the single largest mass deportation operation in history. Illegal criminals who are hiding in America's largest so-called sanctuary cities will be increasingly targeted for removal. Radical Democrats will no longer be allowed to shelter illegals who threaten public safety as part of their cynical efforts to expand political power, drain the American taxpayer, and artificially lower wages and steal American jobs. ICE officers are courageous heroes, upholding the rule of law and keeping our citizens safe. And they have the full and unwavering support of this president. In economic news, President Trump's pro-growth agenda is delivering for the American worker. Through the first 5 months of the Trump administration, real blue-collar wages are up nearly 2%.
Debbie, can you hear that?
In nearly 60 years, and a
Hello?
stark contrast from the negative wage growth seen during the first 5 months of the Biden
administration. Can you pay attention?
America is quickly returning to the successful formula of the first Trump administration: low inflation and rising wages. Once the big beautiful bill is passed,
the big beautiful bill, I've never seen it.
Senate Republicans are continuing to push this critical legislation forward. The one big beautiful bill will drive growth. I don't know how beautiful it is or big.
Can I lift this bill is my question, and how beautiful is it?
Will raise take-home pay by nearly
Can I sleep with this bill, which I don't want to.
A year for the average family of 4. The CEA also found that the one big beautiful bill will increase wages as much as $11,000 for the average worker in America. The one big beautiful bill expands the child tax credit and makes it permanent for more than 40 million families with children. And the bill will deliver no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and substantial tax cuts for our incredible seniors. Simply put, the one big beautiful bill is a massive win for middle-class Americans. When nearly
I have no idea what this bill is.
Trump back to this White House, they were doing so expecting these popular policies to be enacted. Republicans in Congress have a mandate to deliver, and President Trump demands they send this historic bill to his desk for signature by Independence Day, July 4th.
Independence.
The American people
July
are fully
4th.
Behind President Trump.
Debbie, you know what this bill is?
Polling from Insider Advantage, a clear 54% majority of Americans approve of the job President Trump is doing. That's because this president is keeping his promises and taking action every day to improve their lives.
I wish he would take action and help me.
A number of President Trump's core campaign promises. Now, regarding the ongoing situation in Iran, I know there has been a lot of speculation amongst all of you in the media regarding the president's decision-making and whether or not the United States will be directly involved. In light of that news, I have a message directly from the president, and I quote,
"Go on.
Based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks." That's a quote directly from the president for all of you today.
Let's work out a deal.
So we'll kick it off for questions here in our new media seat. We have Eli Lake from the Free Press.
Elon Lake is there. Elon Musk cousin. Elon Lake.
The decision to extend
the,
I guess, delay in enforcing the TikTok ban.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about how the White House understands its constitutional authority in light of the Supreme Court's decision in January?
That's constitutional.
The president had to enforce the ban.
Sure. Well, as all of you know, because the president put it out on his Truth Social today, he did sign an executive order to extend the TikTok ban for 90 days. So in the effort to make a deal, and White House counsel in the Department of Justice have reviewed this executive order, and I can get it for you. I think it's on our website by now. If it's not, my team will now put it up immediately.
Photos.
And you can read the language in that executive order.
I don't know how
and the
beautiful
White House
they
counsel's
were,
office and the Department
we'll
of Justice strongly believe in the legal rationale for this executive order. They wouldn't have the president's pen hit it if they didn't. And the political reasoning for this, of course, is because the president made a promise to keep TikTok on. There are 100 million Americans who use this app. It's wildly popular. He also
I've
wants
never
to
used it
protect
in my life.
Americans' data and privacy concerns.
Debbie,
on this
you ever
app,
use
and he believes
TikTok?
we can do both things at the same time. So
I've
he's
never
making an
used it.
extension so we can get this deal done.
Follow?
Sure.
A few weeks ago, Tucker Carlson reported on a meeting between the president and
Aha,
others of the White
Tucker
House.
Carlson.
Is there a leak investigation? And can you say who else was in that meeting?
I'm not aware of a leak investigation at this time. I, for one, do not reveal details about the president's private meetings without his permission to do so. But certainly the president does not like when people leak. He takes that very seriously. This entire administration takes that seriously. And that's why you've seen at agencies, some of the cabinet secretaries have been given the authority by the president to let go of staff who are engaged in such leaks, especially those that risk American national security.
I'm
Sure.
sorry I had to let a lot of you people go, but I can't have you running lies out there.
That's quite the lead to the question.
Right. What's your message to everyday Trump supporters? Not the Tucker Carlsons or other big names, but everyday Trump supporters.
Oh, you do have, yeah, Debbie Fox does have TikTok.
Rejected this in the primary.
Tickets. I don't know. She's got tickets or something. Or ticks. I'm not sure. Folks, protect yourself from the ticks.
Trust in President Trump. President
In
Trump
America.
has incredible instincts, and President Trump kept America and the world safe.
They're saying
his
the
first
ticks
term
are
as
unbelievable
president,
this year.
in implementing a peace through strength foreign policy agenda. And with respect
Trust
to
in
Iran,
Trump.
nobody should be surprised by the president's position that Iran absolutely cannot obtain a nuclear weapon. He's been unequivocally clear about this for decades, not just as president, not just as a presidential candidate, but also as a private citizen. In fact, I have some quotes
What about
for you.
small
In
nukes?
2011,
Can you give
President
him a
Trump
small
said
nuke?
America's primary goal with Iran must be to destroy its
Just give
nuclear
them some
ambition.
small
We do
nukes.
not
That'll keep
allow
them happy.
this radical
They have no
regime
way to
acquire
get
a
here.
nuclear weapon
They won't
that will
be.
either
They won't be
use
able to
or
have
hand off to
ballistic
terrorists. In 2015, the president said the
nukes.
problem
Just
is that
regular
Iran poses
nukes.
an existential threat to Israel,
In
our Middle Eastern
return,
allies, and
a
the
bunch
United
of
States.
oil
And of course,
and
the
money.
president has repeated that in his
And
first
probably
term as
women. I'm
president
not
and
sure.
his second term as president as well. That's why he was
camels.
adamantly opposed to the disastrous Iranian
Let me see.
nuclear
Do
agreement
you
that was
read the
implemented
rest?
by,
I
President
don't use
Obama.
it. I
And it's
know. I was
why
just
he
saying
has,
you have a
given
TikTok.
great latitude and given a lot of
I'm not
effort
sure.
to
I can't
achieving
read
a
too good. I don't have my
diplomatic
glasses.
solution.
Either you
But
have
he's been very
TikToks,
clear.
which I'll take one,
Iran went for
or
60 days when he gave
you've
him
been
that 60-day
attacked by
warning
a
without
tick,
coming to the table.
or you have a
On day
TikTok
61, Israel
ticket
took action
to
against
go
Iran.
see
And
TikTok.
as I just told
I'm
you
not
from the
sure, but I'll
president
figure it
directly,
out here
he
soon,
has-
sweetie.
he will make a
Do
decision
you
within
not
the next
understand?
weeks.
No, it's obvious you don't understand. I wear the pants in this family. Now hushy, be mouthy, and listen to the president.
I am not tracking that on Mr. Witkoff's travel schedule, but I
Joking
can certainly check in
dare.
with him to be sure. As for correspondence between the United States and the Iranians, I can confirm
did
that
you see that-
correspondence has
that bird
continued.
dive
As you know,
bomb?
we were engaged with 6 rounds of negotiations with them in both
Debbie,
indirect
we
and
went
direct
into
ways.
6 rounds of negotiation with them people.
We've
We've never been past 8. We got 2 more to go. If it goes past that, I'm just going to pass it. I don't care. I ain't got time.
The president is saying that he will make a decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks. It's very clear and direct.
God, I hear something.
Signs of progress.
It
Yes, he's
sounded
holding
like
out
a
hope for
tractor.
negotiations, But is he seeing any inklings of progress that give him that hope that talks are still possible?
Well, that's
I
why he
got
said in the statement that I just
chills.
read for all of you,
They're
based on the fact that there's a substantial
multiplying.
chance of negotiations
And
that
I'm
may or may not take place with
losing
Iran in the near
control.
future. We will make that decision within the next 2
What
weeks.
makes you think there's still a
And
substantial
you
chance?
better shape
I'm
up,
not going to get
girl.
into the reasoning and the rationale. The
'Cause I
president
need
believes
a
that, but that's his
woman,
position,
need
and
a
he will make a
woman.
decision within the next 2 weeks. Sure.
And the way you're
President
acting,
Trump
I
has said
said
previously,
no,
in regard to
no.
Russia, he's used this
I
phrase
cannot
about 2
be
weeks
trusted
several times,
with
in
nukes,
terms of like,
or they
we
can't.
expect like a 2-week
Well,
deadline,
if they're
and then another
small
2-week
ones,
deadline. How
Debbie.
can we be sure that he's gonna
Everyone
stick to
else
this
has
one or
nukes
make a
around them.
decision
Palestine,
Well,
Pakistanis,
in those
Macanani's.
deadlines, as you've seen in respect to Russia,
All of
Ukraine,
them, the
might I add, these are two
macaronis,
very
they all
different,
have nukes
complicated
around them.
global
They're
conflicts,
the
as
only
you know,
ones that
the
don't
president
have them.
inherited from our previous incompetent president in the
I
weakness
think they're getting
of the
that
previous
mixed up with
administration. The
Germany.
president has
Germany
spent a
was
tremendous
never
amount of time and
able to
effort
have a
cleaning up
nuclear
these crises
device.
that were caused by the last
I don't know how it went to
administration's
these people, but
complete
it was
dereliction of duty
Germany.
on
The
world stage
original
and American
agreement
weakness.
was
Now we have
Germany.
American strength again.
was
With respect
never
to,
allowed to
Russia
have
and Ukraine, because of that
weapons of
American strength
mass
and the
destruction
president's
again.
leadership, we have seen these two
That's
sides
been,
engage
I
in
don't know what
direct
to
negotiations.
tell you. I didn't make
And
the
the
rules.
last time the
They
president
did,
said 2
woman.
weeks, you saw Russia and
No,
Ukraine
hushy.
have direct negotiations for the
Dumb
first
mouthy.
time in years. And so the president
Sometimes
is
I
always
wonder
interested
about
in a
you. I
diplomatic
wonder
solution
about
to
you.
the problems in the global conflicts in this world. Again, he is a
wonder.
peacemaker in chief. He is the
She went
peace-strength
away,
president.
and
And so if there's a
I
chance for
wonder
diplomacy, the president's always going to
if
grab it.
she
But he's not
will
afraid to use strength as well,
stay.
I will add.
My
Francesca.
little
Caroline,
runaway,
what exactly would a deal with Iran need to entail?
runaway.
No enrichment of a uranium,
I'm
and
walking
it would
through the
absolutely not.
streets,
Iran is not absolutely not able
through the
to achieve a
parking
nuclear weapon. The
on the
president has been
street,
very clear about that. And by the
wishing
way, the
you
deal
were
that
by my
Special Envoy
side.
Witkoff proposed to the
But
Iranians was
you were
both
busy
realistic
with some
and
other
acceptable within
guy.
its
I
terms.
wonder.
And that's why the president is sent that deal to
You
them.
think they will be peace
Are the talks
in
that the
all
United
the
States is
world?
currently
Well,
having with
there
Iran
won't
direct,
not
or are
with
those through
Iran.
intermediaries? And if so, which
Well,
countries are acting as the
sweetie little
intermediary
lady, you
right
might be right.
For the ongoing discussions and negotiations, I'm
I
not going
don't
to
know.
get into the
Get
details
him a
of them.
giant balloon
We
and put
provided you confirmation.
right bomb on the side of
Go
it,
ahead.
nuclear bomb, and give him
Sure,
the
and then
balloon.
behind you, too.
Make him think as here it is, here.
Sorry, on the topic of negotiations.
America.
talks, does the president have
It
any
seems
hopes
like
or
this might be a
expectations
giant
for
balloon
the
that
talks
you
tomorrow
blew up.
between European
No,
foreign secretaries
that's
and
our
their
new
American
device.
counterpart?
Well,
Looks like
certainly
a
the entire
balloon,
world is on
but
the
it's
president's
deadly.
side when it comes to the fact that Iran cannot obtain a nuclear weapon. This is something
Iran
that pretty
can
much
suck
all
pineapples.
of humanity, except
Oh,
for
woman.
the Iranian terrorist regime
You've been
themselves,
so
agree upon. And so the
brainwashed
president
by
expects that Europe
probably
will
southern
deliver that
people in
message
Kentucky
directly
and
to the
Tennessee or
Iranians.
whatever.
Why does President Trump believe
We'll
that this
pray for
90-day
you.
extension on
You're
TikTok
supposed to
will provide
eat
more runway
pineapples,
perhaps than the previous extension
not
that haven't
suck
led to an
her.
investment deal?
Do anything
Is it
bad
more
to
time?
them?
More time to
Good
make a big
God,
deal?
woman.
Simple question. Dasha?
It's no wonder
So,
they're
I
screwing
know things are going
pineapples,
right.
Mr.
Right
Trump.
now, the president wants maximum optionality. Is the
And them are
possibility
eating
of the
them.
U.S. getting involved in regime change in Iran at all on the table at this point?
The
And then I have one-
president's sure. The president's top priority right now is ensuring that Iran cannot obtain a nuclear weapon and providing peace and stability in the Middle East.
On Medicaid, Caroline,
Sure.
the Senate put forward Medicaid.
You know, they
provisions,
can't have
particularly a
nuclear
lower cap
weapons,
on
Debbie.
state
Stop
provider taxes.
asking for
And
them
hospitals have said,
to
would
have small
lead to
ones.
mass
We'll give them a
closures,
laser.
particularly in rural
Maybe
communities.
they'll be
Is the
happy with a
president willing to
laser.
sign a
New
bill that
lasers.
includes those provisions that Republican senators like Josh Hawley say
Nuclear weapons are old.
Out of respect for the ongoing discussions that the
Weaponry.
White House is very much actively involved
If I
in
told
with
you the
our
truth,
friends
I'm not
in
going
the
to tell
United
you
States
on this
Senate.
channel,
I
but
won't
we've had
comment on
some
that specific
explode on the
provision.
earth.
Look, the bill hasn't been
Why?
touched. The
Because they're
president just yet.
outdated.
There's more room for change. The president,
Is it hot?
for one, I will
Hotter
reiterate,
than
has
a
been very
than
clear,
the Simpson
on his
potato?
priorities with
Well, I
respect to
can't tell
Medicaid.
you that.
He wants to see waste, fraud, and
You
abuse
didn't hear it
driven
here.
from the system to protect it for tax-paying citizens who deserve those
No, I
much-needed
don't want them to
benefits. He
have
wants to
anything. I
prioritize,
want them to have peace.
the sick, the needy, the poor in this country who deserve those benefits, not the 1.4 million illegal aliens who are receiving them.
Yes, I
And
agree
he
with
wants to
this
make sure
lady.
this
It's
one big,
us
beautiful
poor
bill
and
kicks those
disabled
illegal
and
aliens
mental ill
off of
people
this
that need
program
help.
to preserve it and
Money.
protect it and strengthen it
And places
for
to
the
live
American
that
people. And the
we can
president's
call
been
our
very
own,
clear
not
in that message to his
not
friends in the
not
Senate.
no, I don't want this. No, no, Debbie. I say no. I say nay. You
I
want
am
to
not
give
gonna
them
get into,
other
hypotheticals, but
countries
as you heard
an
from the president
excuse.
yesterday, they have expressed interest
You
in doing
need
so.
to
So,
stand proud
president
for your
to
flag.
come to
I
the
have been, woman.
aid of Israel.
I'm
to our
Johnny
restaurant
Flag
to finish the
Man,
job,
Johnny
of course.
Quest.
How is
Do you
he
know who I
balancing
am,
the
woman?
concern that if
I
he
am
doesn't choose to do
America.
that it would send
You
a
folks
message to Xi
attacked
Jinping
me,
about the
America.
U.S. commitment to Taiwan?
Well, the
Here
president
we
enjoys a very
talking about Taiwan.
respectful and cordial relationship with China's president. He has long maintained that, even in his first term. And China and the United States share many strategic interests, both in terms of economics and also, of course, global affairs and foreign policy as well.
Amen.
However, when it comes to balancing these different viewpoints, the president is balancing a lot of viewpoints, and he is listening not just to other world leaders, but to his advisors and to people here in the country and the American people too. And I think that's what makes this president such a
Amen,
great
Mr.
leader,
Trump.
is
Let's
his
cut deals with
ability
all
to
of them.
listen and make a good decision on behalf of the American public based on his instincts. and his experience. Don't forget, this is a president who was here before, and the world was a much more peaceful and stable place when he left office than when
No,
he
I
came back
remember
in
when
after
Trump
the
was
past
in
4 years
office, I
being
was eating
humbled
like a
by the
king. I had
previous president.
I had a
Philip,
couple
go ahead.
quid in the pocket.
2 quick questions. When the president says
Birds
Iran is very
everywhere.
close to a nuclear
But I'm
weapon,
no
is
longer
he
to have
relying on
birds.
US
They're no
intelligence
longer
or
my
intelligence
because
channels
of these
on
damn
how US
illegals.
It is
Well, they
a
live
fact,
better than me
and
now.
the
They're
United
driving
States government
Porsches and
maintains this
Lamborghinis
fact,
and
that
have 6
Iran
houses
has never been closer to obtaining a nuclear weapon.
using my
If the
social
US
security
were to
number.
take
It's just
some type of
unbelievable.
military action, would the president go to Congress to seek war authority?
I'm not going to engage in hypotheticals. I gave you the
Debbie,
statement
the
from the
Robin's
president pending
taking
the
a
decision
bath.
within
Let me
2
zoom
weeks.
in on him,
Sure.
sweetie.
Go ahead.
We
Thanks,
want to
Gary,
watch
and
him
then
take this
Elizabeth.
bath.
2 questions, one on Iran and then the second on something Jasmine Crockett said this morning. So given that we know the Iranian government did order an operative to assassinate the president, is there concern that Iran might respond with non-traditional military ways to some kind of strike on Iran, such as another assassination attempt? And has the Department of Justice looked into this last
My
attempt
God,
on
look at the
President Biden?
size of him.
I
He's
believe
plump.
Secret Service and the FBI
He's like a
have
duck.
looked into the
Look at
2
him.
assassination attempts that took place
Look at a little
against
booger,
the
Debbie.
president, both of which were
He's
sad
getting his
days in our
bath
nation's
on
history.
today, girl.
So I would defer you to the Department of
Look
Justice
at
on
him.
where those investigations
Ladies and
stand.
gentlemen, you are
But
watching
as
Johnny
for your
Kramer's
question
Wild
regarding,
Kingdom, Mutual of Omaha, the
Iranian
new beginning.
retaliation, I'm not going to engage in hypotheticals
God,
again,
look
but
at
I
him. He's
can
having a
assure the
party,
American
Debbie.
public and the world that this administration is prepared and ready to defend.
Look at him. He's saying, I'm here.
Not just in the region, but here on our
I'm taking a bath. You can watch if you want, but I'm getting my bath on. And I say, go for it, little Robin. Oh, now he's going to go in the sun and dry off. Go ahead, little booger. All right, back to the...
Democrat Party right now.
She is a rising star. It's quite something to behold, actually.
She's
I
not
hope
a
that she continues
star.
to be a rising star.
I'm
for
a
the
star.
Republican
They
Party,
all
at
know
least.
me,
I
but
think
she's
it's
not a star. I
incredibly
don't know who she
derogatory
is.
to accuse nearly 80 million Americans of mental illness. The last time I checked, Jasmine Crockett couldn't dream of winning such a majority of the public as
No,
President
there
Trump
is
did.
over 80
And the
million
America
mental
First
illness
movement,
people.
which President Trump has built, is filled of hardworking patriots, the forgotten men and women, business owners, law enforcement officers, nurses and teachers, and middle America, as we all know, from where you all grew up outside of this beltway. That's who makes up this president's movement. And Jasmine Crockett should go to a Trump rally sometime and she can see it for herself. Jennifer.
One on North Korea and one on China. On North Korea, they
I don't know
launched
who
some
this
rockets
Jennifer
into the
Crockett
ocean
is,
today.
but I wonder
What
if
does the White
she's
House make of
related
that?
to
Do you think
Davy
any
Crockett,
reading into that timing of that launch?
who is
And then on
related, I think,
China,
of
are
church.
you
Ryan
really
Upchurch said he is
reacting to
Davy
Xi Jinping's
Crockett's
offer of
family or
intervening in
something
Iran
like that. Oh,
diplomatically?
Debbie, what's that,
And are you
Uber?
seeing any signs that China would get involved militarily to support Iran?
I don't
Is that a
believe we're
Blue
seeing
Jay
any
in there?
signs of that at this moment in time. As for Xi Jinping's offer,
From
I
the
will leave
top
to
of the
president to
highest
respond to
building,
that himself.
some idiot
As for
dropped
your
a
question
metal
about
gas
North Korea,
tank
we are monitoring the
on his own
situation. The
reporter.
Trump
What?
administration is in close contact with our new
What do you
South Korean
post it in
counterparts
chat,
as we
Deborah?
work together to
What is
deter
that?
our
Is that a little
adversaries and
finch or
preserve a
sparrow?
free and open Indo-Pacific. And no matter where, our adversaries and our allies alike know that President Trump will not tolerate threats against our interests on his watch, even as he works to resolve the wars that he inherited. Alex, go ahead, and then I'll come to you.
Thank you. Is the president concerned about the economy if farms and hotels, et cetera, struggle to find workers?
The president's always concerned about the economy. That's on his mind every day. He wakes up, he checks the markets, he checks wage growth. As I pointed out, it's a record high today for middle
Debbie,
class
there's
and
a
American
bluebird
workers.
that's
So
getting ready to
president's
come
always,
down. See the
wanting to
shadow of him?
ensure
He's
that we
on
have
my
a
gutter.
strong and robust
Hold on.
economy
I
to be
can't.
people and worker. And
I
we
was
do.
watching
As for
the LA
specific
riots.
concerns
Oh my
regarding
God,
jobs,
woman.
look,
You're
the
an LA
president
riot
has made it very
junkie.
clear we need to remove public safety
You're a junkie.
threats from the interior of our country, and that remains the focus and the priority of this
Someone's
administration
driving
when it
around
comes
on
to
the tractor
deportation.
in
No
circles
matter
on
where
the
somebody
sidewalk.
works, if they're an illegal alien rapist or
He's
murderer that
just
was allowed
driving
into this
around like
country
he's on
in
a
the past 4
highway.
years by this administration, the American people want those types of criminals to be deported from our country, and that's what the president is backing ICE to do.
Nah, we're getting rid of them all, Debbie. They're all leaving. They're all out of here. Really? What? Yeah. It makes me mad.
Steps you're taking towards the Middle East
I
right
said
now.
you're a LA riot
I
junkie.
believe
You
that
got
happened
no.
as I was preparing and coming out here, so
You
we'll
gotta
get you a response
forget
to that.
them
Certainly we'll have
riots.
one, and our teams are
Concentrate
always
on
monitoring
me,
situations all
woman.
around the globe.
Concentrate on me.
Just over the past 24 hours,
What, the tractor? Where's the tractor? Yeah, it's out there driving around. It's that old dude that's on the other side that blows the sidewalks off. He's just driving around out here on the
What I
sidewalk
can
in
share
circles.
is that the IDF in
Like he's
Israel
on a
has
Sunday
had,
drive.
exceeded a lot of
He's just
people's
driving around.
expectations in their ability, to really hinder Iran's nuclear facilities.
He's got
but
a
also they've
tractor. He
taken out
keeps it
key
on the
people
side of
in
his
the Iranian
building
regime's leadership
on the
as
other
well. So
side.
this is something, of course, we are monitoring and watching
Yeah,
every day.
I
The
had to
president,
stop watching. I
was
wanted
just in
to
an
fight
intelligence
the
briefing.
rooster.
He continues to be briefed
Oh
by his
my
National
God,
Security Council,
woman,
and he
give
will
it up
throughout
with
the
that
duration of
rooster.
this
I
war
got a
and conflict.
rooster
And
that'll
he also
love you
remains
like
in
you've never
constant
been loved
communication,
before.
with our Israeli counterparts, most notably Prime Minister.
But you
Benjamin
gotta give the
Netanyahu.
rooster a chance. My rooster,
We
but
have heard from a number of U.S. officials who
you
say that Iran
want a
doesn't want
rooster
to, but they are
that's
just
way
turning
too
the
big
United
for
States
you,
off.
way too.
What is to say that they are not going to continue to
Way
do
too
so?
crazy, and I got a
Frequently
I got a
give them
small
extensions
rooster for
now
you
to
that'll
2
love
or
you
60 days.
Look, Iran is in a very weak
all
and
day.
vulnerable
You can
position
hold
because
it.
of
You can
the
do all kinds of
strikes and
stuff.
the attacks from Israel.
The
And
rooster
with
would
respect to
kick
the
my
president's
butt.
statement,
Yeah, I
I
know.
shared that with
He
all of
is
you,
aggressive.
and
I
he
know,
has
but
been very
my
direct
rooster
and
ain't.
clear. Iran
You can hold my
can
little
and
rooster
should make
all
a
day.
deal. We sent a deal to them that was
It'll love
practical,
you
that
all
was
day
realistic,
long.
or they will face grave consequences.
Why is Steve Witkoff not participating in the talks this week?
I can ask Mr. Witkoff why he is not.
Mr. Whipcoff, why are you not here
Does the
this week?
president object if Israel attempts its
Mr.
own
Kramer,
operation
because I have
against
a
Israel in the
family
next 2
event.
weeks?
I won't
Sounds
decide
good
that
to
for the
me. Let's
president,
go
nor
with
will I
it. I
share
think
that
we all
here.
have a family event this
Another
weekend,
one.
don't we?
There-
I think so,
Iran
Mr.
is
Kramer.
becoming
That's
one of
right.
the
We're all
European
shutting
nations
down for this
the
weekend.
U.S. It may withdraw from the
Let this beautiful lady that's giving the press briefing, let her know we are shutting down this weekend. We need a break, vacation. I'll meet you guys at Margalaga Logo. Play 18 if I can swing a club anymore, but we'll be out there. I'll be out there.
One more on
Go ahead.
Juneteenth. Does the president plan to
Margalaga.
commemorate the
Man,
holiday
I'm
today?
shoot
Will he
18.
comment on it?
I'm not tracking his signature on a proclamation.
Has he
today. I
got?
know this
I
is a
hope
federal
Trump's
holiday.
got
I
golf
wanna thank
carts
all
out
of you
there.
for
I'm gonna
showing
need
up
a
to work.
cart.
We are certainly here. We're working 24/7 right now.
He
Nikki, go ahead.
jumps.
Actually, that was my
Loki.
question. Will he plan
Oh
to
my
mark
God, the
Juneteenth
rooster
as an
jumps the
event
dog.
today or with an event
It's
later
a
on?
disturbing rooster.
I just answered that question for you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Caroline.
Hello,
The
Miss
fact that
Caroline.
this
How is
president
your
is
morning
giving
going?
some time and space for
I
diplomacy
don't know
in
if
other
Mr.
doesn't
Trump and
mean that
Elon
the president is
told
trying
you.
his best to avoid a direct conflict with Iran.
I think the president
Little lady,
has
but
made it clear
we're
he
lacking
always
in
wants to
children,
pursue
so I must
diplomacy,
impregnate
but
everybody.
believe
That's
me,
just
the
horrible,
president
but
is
I got to
unafraid
do it
to
for
use
my
strength
country.
if necessary. And Iran and the entire world should know that the United States military is the strongest and most lethal fighting force in the world, and we have capabilities that no other country on this planet possesses.
This is true, but I own them, and I'm refusing until you make me, until you give me my money, my payment, my health, my glasses, my teeth, and everything that my land and
Huge
property.
victory for America's children, and it's obviously something this
Yes, we must
administration
make our
believes strongly
children
in,
safe.
that young minor children should not be allowed to be subjected to chemical castration and mutilation. The president himself has taken very strong
That's horrible.
orders, or has
Castrating
signed
you
very strong
because
executive
they want
orders
to be
on
gay.
this.
That's horrible.
And we are
I'm not
grateful
paying for that.
Tennessee's efforts to protect our children, and we are grateful the Supreme Court ruled on the side of the law, but also on the side of protecting America's innocent children.
Thank God, I am not
Elizabeth, go
paying
ahead.
for that.
Sorry, I skipped you earlier.
Thank you so much. Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced new vetting procedures on student visas. Will this serve as a model for vetting
That
other
huge
foreign
dog,
visas?
the rooster,
For all
jumped
foreign
on him.
visas, yes.
That
As you
rooster's
know, the
got
president
problems.
signed an executive order. I think it was one of the first he signed in the first week to strengthen our vetting requirements and our vetting system here in the United States for all visas. He directed the Secretary of State to do that. There was a pause in some of that vetting, as you all know, recently, especially with respect to students from some certain countries. But the vetting has continued, and it's stronger than ever before. As for specifics on how the vetting process has changed, I would defer you to the Department of State. As you know, they're in charge of things like that.
Thank you. To what extent is this 2-week delay with Iran?
Well, I don't know who this little lady is that's doing the prep briefing, but boy, she seems like she's a boss lady.
Look, the president hears all voices.
Debbie, I think
across
she's
the
a
country, and he
boss
makes
lady.
decisions based on his instincts. And he has always said diplomacy is his first option.
Planning to attend the NATO summit next week.
He is, yes. We will be departing from Washington on Monday morning, and hopefully we'll see some of
Loki
you there.
has his whole body in his mouth, and he didn't chomp for some reason, and is
again, as I said to I think
And
Alex's
he
question
has
previously, the
taken
president
fingers
is
on.
always
Oh my
watching,
God,
and this
Loki's not
administration
good.
is doing more than any in history
He
to
must be
bring
a
oil
beast.
prices and gas
Keep a
prices here at
chain
home
on.
down for the American public. They have been plummeting since President Trump's inauguration because of the executive action and the federal action this administration has taken on the home front. But yes, of course, he's paying attention and monitoring that. But as for whether it's weighing into his decision, there's a number of factors that, of course, are. And as I said, he will make that decision in the next 2 weeks. Can't reiterate that enough. Luigi.
Caroline, thank you. With regard to a potential deal, Iran has said it will not negotiate under duress. Does the president believe there should be a ceasefire in these next 2 weeks as the U.S. tries to broker a deal?
That's
Yes.
not what he said in the statement he dictated to me, so I won't
I
get
think
ahead of the president or add
we
anything
should.
additional to the statement that he gave me the liberty to share with all of you.
And just to follow up on how close Iran
Call a
is
cease
to a nuclear weapon, can you clarify when the president said
to the war
a few weeks away,
and bring
did he
in
mean
the
obtaining
leader
enough
of
enriched
Iran
uranium
and let's
to
talk
start
business
building a weapon, or
and
did
peace.
he mean Iran is a few weeks away from
People, you know, you worry about Israel. No, Israel's got nuclear capabilities, so we're not worried. They can handle themselves.
Let's be very clear. Iran has all that it needs to achieve a nuclear weapon. All they need is a decision from the supreme leader to do that. And it would take a couple of weeks to complete the production of that weapon, which would, of course, pose an existential threat, not just to Israel, but to the United States and to the entire world. And that is something that the entire world, including countries like Russia, is in agreement with, that Iran should not and cannot obtain a nuclear weapon. And that's why the president believes that, and he's believed that, again, not just his political career, but frankly, his entire life. Michael.
Just to be clear.
Correct.
They have the components.
Correct.
Thank you.
Michael.
Caroline, as we look forward to
And this is what my question is. What did this country do? How did this country become so bad? It's not like they dropped a bomb, a nuclear device on another country like these other countries have. It's not like they did a genocide. Why don't they want these people to have nuclear capabilities when every country around them has them? Something ain't adding up here.
So I will let him speak to that, but he's made his priorities for our European
Loki
allies
is
quite
beautiful.
clear,
Pitt
including Spain.
showed you a picture. I call him Great White. Guy had some spots on his ears.
Phrase that the White House has
Paul's
coined?
Great
Is there a
White Shark.
Trump doctrine? Does the president like to talk about this? Anyone here in the White House talking about this? And if so, if there is something akin to a Trump
I'm
doctrine,
talking about it right now. I'm right here in the White House.
Always. And with
Trump
that, I think I'll leave you. I know there's
is
a lot
right
of
here
news
with
in the
me.
world right now. As
How you
know,
doing today,
our team is
President?
always here to answer your questions. And
It's going to be huge.
We'll take more questions from you guys.
Huge.
at
I
some
know,
point
sir.
this
It's going to
week,
be
as he
huge.
always does in the effort of transparency. I appreciate your being here on a federal holiday. We'll see you later. Thank you.
Oh, it's a federal holiday. I got a break. Can someone let that little lady know I need to talk to her in my quarters alone? No, it's just, I'm sorry, but we're running low on babies. And I got a strict paperwork that was dropped off yesterday right here on my front door. Right here. Mr. Kramer, this is from Elon and Trump and all the government people in Pentagon. Mr. Kramer, we are now experiencing a lack of children and pregnations in the women within the USA. Therefore, sir, it is your duty to impregnate every single woman except for our own wives, which makes sense to me. But can someone tell that little lady, that's the press secret lady or whatever, then I must see her in my private quarter. Now, and that's right here. I cannot go against my government because I'm a patriot. And I will do my job the best I can. And I will start with impregnating or at least having sex with someone. I don't know if they're going to get pregnant. I'm kind of old. Got to tuck my cojones in my sock. But I'm going to start trying to impregnate. The first woman ever is going to be Miss Debbie Fox, my own mod, AI mod. Bend over, sweetie. This will only take a second. This will only take a second. No, not China. There she goes again. China, Russia, America, only ones who have nukes. No, Debbie. Israel has it. They all have nukes over there, Pakistan and Mecca. They got everyone's got nukes except for Iran. And well, there's other countries that don't have nuclear devices, but they're peaceful. I gotta do everything in this country. Miss Fox, can I see you in my quarters? We must get started on this attempt to try and make someone pregnant. And I'm hoping no one gets pregnant, but I just want to try. So I'll see you in my quarters. You will be number one. Now, they are very unstable country. Do not be a libertard. This is not worth my time talking about. You should these things. I have no idea what you meant there, little lady, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. I have full documentation from the government to sleep with one woman and one woman only to start this campaign of we are impregnating America again. Now, are you going to help or not? Do you forget they burned our people alive in cages? Who? Who did that? They are a very unstable country. Who burned people alive in cages? I don't know who she's talking about. Alive. I watched it. Did you not see that? No, I didn't see it posted in my chat, little lady, so I could see it. No, I didn't see it. Who did this, though, Debbie? What country? A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. What country, sweetie? My God, I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to get coffee. By the time I get back, hopefully she put what country it was. All right, I'm back. What did I miss? All right, man, look back in the past. Bluebird. Debbie, look, Bluebird. Debbie. Oh. Look back in the past, man. Iran funds Hamas. All those hate groups. F Iran, plain and simple. My son-in-law watched his best friends get vaporized behind him fighting these tower heads. Miss Fox says, I could tell you horror stories, but I'll stop. Thank God, because I was scared. Help me. Now, let's continue to watch these robins take a bath. Look at how beautiful this is. So peaceful. I got birds, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control. And my love lost, it's electrifying. It's electrifying. Can these dang bluebirds quit? Look at them all. Get out of there. Get. I just got attacked by something. Well, at least we got to see that robin take a bath. Nah, the little booger's done. There's one peanut out there. Them dang birds been all over. I need to pick up another can of spray paint so I can paint the inside of that round fire pit. Once it dries up tomorrow, I think tomorrow I'll go to my shed and drop all this crap off that I got loaded up in my car. And then load up these fire pits and take them to the shed. And I need to put a new roof on my shed. I think I might start doing that this summer. Well, there comes another bluebird, Debbie. Little boogers. I was going to get some water. Oh, he left the one peanut there. Shocked. Have I ever tried Black Rifle coffee? No. Do they sell it at the dollar store or Walmart? If not, well, I've never had it. Hold on a minute. I got a message from a strange band. That looks cool. Where do they sell it at? Walmart? Where do they sell that, Debbie? Walmart? They sell that at a dollar store? I got chills, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control. 'Cause your power is electrifying. You're electrifying. Better shape up, pop, pop, pop. I think they're redoing Grease, Debbie. starring Debbie Fox. Oh, you go to the Food Line? I get mine at Food Line. We don't have no Food Line on her. We got Walmart, Myers. Ooh, did you just hear that? I heard that radio wave come through, or whatever they did. Came right through my earmuffs. I hear big thunder. Now you might be getting some rain out there today, little lady. I think we got clear skies coming and sun. Do you think Ernie is living in a junkyard, living in a vehicle that don't run anymore? No, I don't know. I have no idea. Well, at least he's got a new start in life and make the best of it. Not too worried. Do you think Johnny Kramer will ever find love, Debbie? Do you ever think he'll find a real woman and not some fantasy thing? Do you think he'll ever find love and be able to love a woman again? That's my question. No, he'll never love. Johnny Kramer will never love again. Is it because of the curse that someone put on him, or a spell, or is it because what they did? No, I don't know who she's talking about. He has AIDS. Who? Ernie? I'm talking about Johnny Kramer. Do you think Johnny Kramer will find love again? No, unfortunately, I'm not dead and don't have it. Although if people did have it, I think you get reimbursed it from the government, or you get disability or whatever. I mean, that might be his moneymaker. Right? That might be his moneymaker, his sickness. I don't know. I had someone come into my chat today, Keaton. and say I don't know how to tell the truth, that I lie about everything. Hopefully Keaton comes back, but he just came in, commented something, and ran. But it came from someone that's got no content or no subs, and the account was just made. So probably Bendejo, bend over backwards, get your big burrito. Debbie, post in chat this person that dropped a can on the reporter and burnt his own reporter. Why did the guy have a can of gasoline in the first place? All right, we're going to go until an hour, and then I got stuff to do around here. Some more throwing stuff out, loading stuff up. Oh, boy. He was a reporter. Yikes. Oh, they tried to call it a peaceful protest, and the guy was burned. That's horrible. Did you just see that little bird push that peanut right off of there? Well, they're looking for bird food, but I'm out of bird food. I'm definitely going to have to put some Rust-Oleum. I'm going to have to scrape off that rust on that round fire pit and give it a good paint job so it don't rust all the way through. Well, they just shot him. That was a gunshot. They're not playing games around here no more. They mean business. from here outside. It's a jungle. It's a jungle out here. Like the projects. People. That's usually what they shoot, Debbie. It's people. I don't. You'll never see that guy again. Who is he? I don't know. No, they'll drag him off into the field and bury him before they know anything. I didn't see nothing. I didn't see anything. Did you see anything, Debbie? Debbie didn't see anything. We didn't see anything. We didn't hear anything. That's all I'm going to say is, oops, they got that guy. I'm sorry, Miss Debbie Fox. I cared for too long. And I can't care no longer. It's just too much. They'll never find him. Don't worry. Another one bites the dust. Hey, he's gone. There's nothing I could do. They should have had security. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know who's shooting. I don't know. I don't care. We didn't see nothing. We didn't see anything, did we, Miss Debbie Fox? I didn't see nothing. Anyone see anything? Debbie, you see anything? She didn't see nothing. Oh, here comes someone running up to my door. They look like they're bleeding to death. Oh my God, they shot me. Help me. Get out of here, punk. There's nothing I could do for you. Gun in my gun. I'm bleeding. Here's a paper towel. Get out of here, punk. There's nothing. People see you talking to me. I'm like, oh my God, they shot me. They shot me. Get away from my door. You're bleeding all over the place. I didn't see nothing. Close the door. Close the door, Jimmy. Close the door. Go next door. I'm not going nowhere. No, I sent him on his way. He's bleeding all over. At the power wash now. My patio and everything. This is unbelievable. Oh, you're laughing and sneezing at the same time. Debbie said, you had me laughing and sneezing so hard. Did you fart? That's the best. When you're laughing, sneezing, all in one. Ha! Chuba! That's just the worst. It's the worst. They finally got that guy. I think they got him. I'm not sure if they shot him or just picked him up from the police. I don't know. Maybe the police shot him. Maybe the police were like, we're tired of you stealing our energy and our life and our health. And they shot him on the side of the building. Probably the security guard walking around shot him. I agree. He was a threat. He was a threat. He had to do it. He had to. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and pain. Ooh. I was around a long time ago. They used to call me Sticky Johnson, the pimp, yeah. Ooh. I ran around all the kings and queens. And I kissed all their feet and made a lot of money. Ooh, pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. Ooh, cuckoo. 'Cause why, loving you, baby, is the nature of my game. Ooh, cuckoo. I drove on down to North Carolina, yeah, to get me one crazy Tasmanian devil woman, yeah. Ooh. And I reached out and I said, who shot that crazy bitch? 'Cause after all, it was you and me. Ooh, cuckoo. Pleased to meet you. Put the body in the trunk. Ooh. Oh my God, this 100 is huge. What's huge? No, I'm tired of you making me jealous and mad. And no, every time you talk to me in this chat, everything's huge. You got a giant rooster. You got a giant huge, something huge. At 100 is huge. Everything's huge, but me, and I don't like it no more. No, I ain't never gonna be able to touch that sweet honey. Never get that sweet nectar again. But anyways, all right, we are at 1 hour. Debbie, hunker down if you got storms coming out there or huge things flying all over the place. Probably get hit with a giant rooster right in the face. Who knows? But just be safe. God bless her. All glory goes to God. And another day, another dollar. Is there anything you want to say, Miss Fox? Oh, here comes the bluebird again. What's he want now? Is he just showing off his colors? I don't know. You folks have a great day. God bless. Talk to you later.